It's no secret that the full motion video game genre has always been one of my favorites. Ever since my mom and dad got me a SEGA CD for Christmas when I was a kid, and it came with Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, and they also bought me Night Trap, I have been obsessed with interactive movies. Fast forward to today, and the full motion video games have made a huge comeback, with quality titles like The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker.
I didn't know for sure.
Do you think I'm a suspect, Doctor? Do you think I killed my parents?
Decker was a dangerous person.
I'm not a murderer.
It's just a game, Doctor. I like playing games.
The Bunker. Her Story.
This is the third day running you've called me in. I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
Late Shift.
I need the keys to the Maserati.
Get back here.
Why have you brought this here?
They threatened to drug me.
Threatened to drug you.
Fuck.
And even more incredible titles on the horizon.
Love them. Love them to bits. In fact, to go to the end of the universe for them. Would you?
And then there is this game.
I'm General Horse, and I'm about to deliver.
Bring me the head of this channel.
I wish you like this.
Okay, what's next? What's next?
Lantern oil!
Cheerio, we are in grave danger.
It may not be obvious, but we're fine.
How you doing, fellow geeks? GamerDad79 here, and welcome back. It's been a while since we've done videos. For a little bit, I was streaming on GamerDad79, the Facebook page. So I took a kind of break from making these videos here on YouTube, but I am back, and I am back with a brand new full motion review where we're going to be taking a look at the absolutely zany General Horse and the Package of Doom. If you're new to the channel, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon so you know when I upload new videos, and of course give me those thumbs ups, right? The thumbs ups always help. And if you really enjoy my content, please go ahead and share the video, share the channel. That'll help GamerDad79 grow. First and foremost, before we get started on reviewing, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to developers Studio Spectar. I want to say that right. So Studio Spectar and Porcupine Parkour, okay? Try saying those names 5 times fast. I dare you. But I want to extend my deepest gratitude for them. They are the very first developers to ever reach out to me and asked me to review a game for them. So I'm deeply honored to do so. It's a really awesome and really cool opportunity. It took me a little bit longer to get to this review than I wanted to, but I am here now and I can't wait to dig into it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video and take a look at General Horse and the Package of Doom. General Horse and the Package of Doom takes the quality of all those titles that I mentioned earlier and dumps it into the nearest black hole, never to be seen again. In this game, you take on the titular role of General Horse. He is the last interstellar postman from the Amero-Russian Alliance, which is a fact that your computer has to remind you of at the beginning of the game because General Horse is just so hung over he actually can't remember that fact.
You have impairments. Check your status. Your status shows that you have a hangover and memory problems.
Yeah, I know I have a hangover.
You are the last military person who survived the annihilation of the Russian army by Chaotix.
You also find out that you obtained the title of General because the rest of the postmen were wiped out, and you took the highest rank by default. As General Horse, you must deliver a package to the furthest planet on your map because, well, it's a video game, and of course it's got to be the furthest planet from your location. Yeah, wait a minute. Is that a lemon slice? Oh, God, why is a lemon slice on your map as a planet? That is just one of the many bonkers thing about this game, and that's probably the least of it. To call General Horse a low-budget game would be generous. It looks like most of the props and costumes for the game were recovered from trash heaps or donated. Even General Horse's communicator. This thing looks like a toy phone that I had for my daughter when she was a toddler. The General's hair is an old clown wig, his jacket looks like something discarded from the circus, and he is wearing long johns, which he likes to shove his toy laser pistol down. Ugh, I can't believe I just said that sentence. Exterior shots of the spaceship look like 2D paper models shot using stop motion, and all interior shots are done on a poorly lit green screen. Now let me say one thing, like all this low budget actually kind of worked out for them because they had to shoot on location. I'm not sure what country this was filmed in, but the locations they used were really beautiful locations and actually some really unique architecture in the areas that they use, unique foliage and just really interesting areas. If you can suspend your belief a little bit, obviously these places are from our planet Earth. But if you can suspend your belief a little bit, that would kind of make you think that some of these places might be different planets. Now, having said all that, okay, having said all these different things about the low budget and the strange locations and all that other stuff, this was kind of done on purpose. General Horse was made as kind of like an homage, right, to the old 90s full motion video games, right? We all remember those bad full motion video games, okay? So bad they're good, right? Because I love some of those old ones, games like Night Trap and Sewer Shark and, games like that, right? Really these old ones that were just the bad acting and, the gameplay really wasn't that great. So it was definitely an homage to those games. I don't even think there was like a fully fleshed out script for this game, honestly. I think like each scene, there was like a general outline for what the game was supposed to be, and each scene that the actors were given general direction on what they wanted to happen in that scene, and they were free to do whatever they want as long as it was incredibly wacky, incredibly crazy, and just completely off the wall bonkers.
Hey.
The General comes across many different types of personalities during his trip. His interactions with the ship's computer are actually some of my favorite, as they go back and forth insulting each other throughout the game. Another one of my favorite interactions, and I don't want to spoil too much, but he has this interaction with this bug-like alien that wants to have sex with him, and you get to decide if you want to or not. One of the funnier moments in this game is that if you choose to have sex with the alien, the computer is translating the strange language of the bug creature. The computer is translating all the different sounds that you could be making during sexual intercourse, making the general even more uncomfortable in the situation. It's really off-the-wall, bonkers crazy. Now, all this is great, but how do you play the game? Well, at its core, General Horse is about resource management. You have a limited amount of food, energy, battery, and health for your trip, so you must make strategic stops at different planets to gather more supplies. You know, food and health kind of speak for themselves, right? You don't need an explanation of what those are, but you need energy to maneuver your ship in and out of orbit and sometimes even away from other enemies, and the battery is for your weapons, right? So the battery is extremely powerful. Like, your weapons can, if you decide to use your weapon, it will get you almost out of every single situation, but battery is very, very rare, so you got to be very careful when you use it. There's some definite strategy involved with this game, and I was impressed by that. And I found it very interesting, balancing what I wanted to discover by exploring and what I needed to hold on to in order to advance in the game. You know, make no mistake about it, there is so much zaniness, and that's how I'm going to describe it, to discover in this game, because the developer Studio Spectar and Porcupine Parkour, again, try to say that 5 times fast, filmed a lot of stuff for this game. There is a lot of different scenes and stuff that I have come across, and I've played the game several times through. I admit, I haven't beaten it yet. Maybe either the game is just that difficult or I just suck at it. And I've come across a lot of different things each time I've played. Different alien races, different things on each one of the planets, different spaceships I've come in contact to. There's just a ton of different things to discover in this game. It was really, really interesting. And some of it, I don't think there's like it doesn't follow your choices throughout the game. Like something you do early on in the game is not going to affect what happens later, but the choices that you make will affect how different scenes play out. So there's a lot to discover, and you know, I'm going to go back and play this again because I want to really try to beat it, and I'm sure I'm going to discover new stuff. So that really makes that replayability really high, especially if you like this insane game and this homage to the older 90s style FMV games. Final thoughts. Okay, let's be honest. General Horse and the Package of Doom is not the most sophisticated FMV game on the market right now. May not have the biggest budget, the best acting, or the most intriguing story. But more than once, I found myself laughing out loud at the absolute absurdity of this entire thing. The entire game has an air of ridiculousness and self-awareness to it that honestly should not be missed. It's surprisingly deep in its resource management, and it's genuinely funny. You know, honestly, it's nice to have a game in this genre that does not take itself too seriously. You look at most of the more popular FMV games out there right now, and they're serious affairs. General Horse takes a complete opposite approach to that and just goes off the wall, bonkers, crazy, zany, all these different words I've used to describe this game so far. It's not to be missed. Definitely check this game out. All right, fellow geeks, that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comments section below if you've played General Horse in the Package of Doom and what you thought of it. And also let me know if this review maybe kind of changed your mind about it or even opened your eyes to this game. Maybe you've never heard of it, and maybe this review kind of lets you go, hey, that game looks like something I want to play. And I tell you what, for 10 bucks, you can't miss it. The game is available on Steam right now. I highly recommend going to check it out, especially if you're fans of the full motion genre and you're looking for something a little different, because General Horse is a little different. All right, fellow geeks, until next time, I am GamerDad79. Keep on geeking on.